with the song of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to Kuliah Teknokrat channel. Again, Kuliah Teknokrat channel. Then with me, Ellie, still with me with a class of poetry. Then later you can call this class also as romantic poetry class or sound and sense class. Our discussion today is about rhyme. What is rhyme, everybody? But before we come to the rhyme, do you remember with the song of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? So please now, even you are not kids anymore, but this sample is really easy to be understood by you to know about the rhyme. Rhyme in English, poem. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. So these four lines later on could be analyzed by you by using rhyme analysis. Then when you listen this one, twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are, star, are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. So can't you listen it as the rhyming one, right? Are they similar, right? Or are they the same, right? So this is the thing that we are going to discuss. Whether their similarity or whether their sameness are really exactly the same or only similar. Similar and exactly the same, of course, are different. So now we come to this discussion. What is actually rhyme? Rhyme is kind of pattern of rhyming sound. Your focus on the rhyming sound is sounds at the end of the line. So sound at the end of the line. Well, when you have ever heard about language of poetry, the language of poetry are not focusing only on the end of the lines, but the focus are surrounded of the words. While for rhyme, your focus is on the end of the line. On the end of the lines of the song, nursery rhyme, or even on the end of the poem. Okay? Remember that when I mention song, then you cannot leave behind song into your analysis point also. Since song also are a kind of pattern, that this pattern also could be called as a poem or could be also categorized as a genre in a poetry, lyrics. Okay, so rhyme is a pattern. The pattern here later on also could be identified by using A, B, C, D. Well, when you read, for example, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what you are, star, and then are, then you can make the schema or the scheme of this one or identify it as A and then A. Okay, this is what we call as rhyme scheme. Schema, rima, rhyme scheme. A, sky, okay, how I wonder what you are, star and then R. A, up above the world so high, okay, high, okay, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. High and also sky also are the same, exactly the same sound in the end. Please do not focus on the text or on the words or on the letters, but your focus is about the sound result, the sound that is produced by you. Okay, sky and also high. Even height spelled by, height is spelled by H-I-H-H, but then it is pronounced as high. While sky also, even it is spelled by S-K-Y, but it is finally pronounced by sky. So it is ended by I and then I. So they are the same, but they are different with the previous two lines that I mentioned. Star Okay, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. That's A. Well, hide and also sky are categorized as B, since these two, these two sounds are different with the previous sounds that we have already giving them or make the scheme of them as A, B, and also B. So that's rhyming. So how about if in the second line, it is different means. So you can later on also say as A, B. And then third line also is different as C. How about the next line also is different as A, B, C, D. So that's what you call as rhyme scheme of stanza of the poem or even of the lyric of the song. So in simple words, rhyme is the identity of the sound. Since when you learn about English poem, then you also have to pay attention on the sounds, the identity of the sounds, how it is produced, how it is pronounced, and how it is mentioned. Then you can identify it with certain identity or identity, by A, B, C, D. Okay? So let's see for the next. What are consisting inside of the rhyme? Well, in the rhyme, there are several terminology, or this is what we call as terms of the rhyme. First is single rhyme. In single rhyme, when one rhyme, it consists of one syllable. And your attention, please focus on the end of the last statement. The syllable, okay, the syllable for every word should be you have to pay attention on the end of the words that you mentioned, as you see over here on the sample. Now then thyself, presume not God to scan. This is one line, the first line. And then second line, the proper study of mankind is men. You see, men and scan are the same, right? Totally same. So you could call it as single rhyme. Why it is called a single rhyme? Since they have a same sound in the end, that it consists of only one syllable of of the words. One syllable, men and then also scan. Then this is called a single rhyme. And the next is double rhyme. So it is not different from our first discussion from single rhyme. Double rhyme, it consists of two syllables, same sounds in the end of the line. Remember, thing that you have to discuss or thing that you have to pay attention is in the end of the line. So this is what we call as rhyme. The end of the lines as the end of the sound that you mentioned. Double rhyme. Master, disaster. How many syllables for master, everybody? Yes, there are two syllables for master. But how about disaster? Oh, there are three syllables. So how about this one? Can we call it as double rhyme? Yes, of course, we still can call it as double rhyme, since we have to pay attention on the sameness of the sound. That the sameness of the sounds consists only two syllables, aster and aster. So you don't need to see this there, but you have to pay attention on the aster and also aster. Then you can call it as double rhyme. Is it right to be understood? Then later you can find your own sample by your own collection of your anthology. Let's see for the next. We have triple rhyme. Triple rhyme also categorized from the syllables of the words. That it consists of, the similarity or the sameness of the rhyme, the sameness of the sound in the end consists of three syllables. You see over here as the sample. Blah, 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 blah. Sir, blazer. How many syllables over here, ladies and gentlemen? Three. Yes, right. There are three. Sir and also blazer. There are three. And how about the next line? Her blazer. How many syllables? Her blazer. Three syllables. Exactly. There are 3 syllables. Then how do you pronounce it? How do you mention it? Sir, pleasure. Her, pleasure. Right? Even the alphabet are different, sir and also her, but then when you pronounce this one, they are the same, right? Then you can categorize it as triple rhyme, since they consist of 3 syllables, same sound in the end of the line. Okay, I hope that from these syllables, from the category of syllables, single, double, and also triple, that you understand it well, okay, with this sample. If you don't want to forget with this one, find your sample. Create your sample, produce your sample by finding a poem that consists of single rhyme, that consists of double rhyme, and also triple rhyme. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us continue. The next categories or the next terminology of the rhyme is internal rhyme. So what is internal rhyme here? Internal rhyme here is the rhyme that consists between the line. So it consists in one line, that this one line could consist of 2 or even more than 3 same sound, like this one. No more, oh, never more. So this word of more and also more could be called as internal rhyme. Or even when you've ever heard about the words of forever young and then forever young, and this forever and also forever also called as internal rhyme, and young and also young also as the internal rhyme, okay, and also repetition. So this is another terminologies of the rhyme, that is internal rhyme. That internal rhyme could be found between the line or in one line, that they produce the same sound. Okay, how about next? Let's see for the next. This one, the categories or other categories of the rhyme. Perfect rhyme. So when we say it's perfect, it is exactly same sound, or the sound that you listen are totally the same, that they are not similar, that they are not almost like, but they are totally the same. This is perfect rhyme or exact rhyme. Okay, you see over here sample. The art of losing is not hard to master. Then practice losing further, losing faster. None of this will bring disaster. As you see over here, master, faster, and disaster, they are totally or exactly the same for the end of the sound. So this is what we call as perfect rhyme. Okay, then these 3 lines are from One Art in 1976, anonymous. And I don't know from who is the poet. Then this is, the title is One Art. Get it? I hope that you understand with this. Master, faster, disaster. Then they are categorized as perfect rhyme. Shall we continue, everybody? Okay, let's see for the next. When we talk about perfect rhyme, so there must be another side of, another point of behind of perfect rhyme, that is half rhyme. What is half rhyme? So this is like almost like or almost the same, almost have the same sound. So similar. Okay, then it occurs when the rhyming words almost have the same end sound. Let's see for the sample of the half rhyme here. Virtue, how frail it is. Friendship, how rare. Love, how itself pure bliss. You see over here, these words, bliss and also is. And the end of the line is, for proud despair. Is and then bliss. This one not bliss, but then bliss. So it is almost the same. But the emphasizing statement is on the bliss. Then you can say that is and also bliss here are the half rhyme, are categorized as the half rhyme. How about rare and despair? Rare and despair also are almost the same. Rare, in which that you still listen R a bit, while despair, the R here is really, what is that? Senyap, or here like blur, that you cannot listen it clearly. Despair, while rare, rare. Okay, so this is what we call as half rhyme. Okay, then I hope that this half rhyme really make you understand about how you can identify between perfect rhyme, half rhyme. Later on also you can identify single rhyme, double rhyme, triple rhyme, or even internal rhyme. Is there any other terms of the rhyme, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we still have two more terminologies of the rhyme. This one is feminine rhyme. What is feminine rhyme? This is not about women, this is not about gender, but it is on the thing that we borrow from the words of feminine, in which that it occurs when the line is ended with the unstressed syllable. Since feminine is related to something which is soft, something which is not too high, yeah, so the unstressed syllable one. You see for the sample. And fostering and thy lap a heap of flowers. Flowers. Please pay attention on these words. Flowers. How many syllables there? Yes, there are 2 syllables. Flowers. And pay attention on the way you pronounce this one. Flowers. Vla is the high tone one, while vers is the unstressed one, or the low tone one. Let's see for the next. Pluck in shy field and distant which wood bowers. So these 2 words of flowers and bowers are ended with the unstressed syllable. Is that right? Okay. They are ended by the unstressed syllable, aren't they? So please, you also can check it by seeing your dictionary, by consulting your dictionary, whether these flowers and bowers are ended by the unstressed one or by the low tone one. When it is yes, so you can categorize these 2 as the feminine rhyme. So ladies and gentlemen, easy right? When it is easy, practice yourself please. Find the sample as many as possible from poem that you've got it or from the song that you love. Let's see for the next. After we discuss about feminine, there must be the synonym of feminine then. The antonym I mean of feminine, that is masculine. Masculine rhyme. What is masculine rhyme? Masculine rhyme, that it occurs when the line is ended with the stressed syllable. It is ended with stressed syllable. So, it is different from what we discussed previously, that it is ended with the unstressed or the low tone one, while this one, it is ended with the stressed one, the high tone one, like this one, the sample. Met him and of his way of life inquire, whereat he answered that the gypsy crew, his mates had arts to rule as they desire. So, what do you think about these 2 words, the first line and the third line? Are they ended by the stressed one? Are they ended by the low tone one or by high tone one? The high tone one, yes. Inquired, desire. Do not read it as inquired and desired. So, of course not. That's wrong. Then you can say it as inquire, desire. Okay, so desire, inquire. So it is ended by stressed syllables. So these 2 words are categorized as masculine rhyme. Got it, everyone? Okay, when you've got it, again and again, practice yourself. Open your sample of the anthology of poetry that you have, then you can find it out about masculine rhyme and also feminine rhyme and other terminologies of the rhyme. Okay, then next. Okay, well, I think the discussions is over. Then thing that I could remind you is that practice yourselves in practice will make you perfect. Without practice, then every knowledge or every statement that you heard will be useless. Everyone, never stop studying, never stop learning. And hope your studying and learning process will make you into a better life. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan video pembelajaran ini. Jangan lupa like, komen dan subscribe, serta nyalakan tanda loncengnya agar kalian tidak ketinggalan informasi update lainnya. I hate